are some practical ways to identify the cause of toddler tantrums and to handle screaming fits. Let's start with a question. If you were to yell at someone in frustration, who do you think it would be? Whether it would be a boss or a husband? I think the answer is obvious. The people we love and trust the most are actually the ones who often see the ugliest side of us. When we lose our temper with our loved ones, we know we've hurt their feelings, but sometimes isn't it hard to control ourselves? We don't need lectures on how to behave ourselves when we are already feeling low. The same with our kids. So what are tantrums then? Tantrums are short periods of angry outbursts or unreasonable behavior like crying, screaming, thrashing, shouting, or even banging their heads. Every single tantrum results from one simple thing: not getting what they want. For children aged 1 or 2, tantrums are a way of communicating their needs, but they don't have the language skills to do so. Older kids want independence and control over their environment. This can lead to power struggle when they discover they can't always get what they want. Now let's see the science behind temper tantrums. When a toddler is overcome by stress, a little alarm inside his emotional brain is triggered and stress hormones are released. To control strong emotions, the connections between the thinking brain and the emotional brain needs to be developed. However, the thinking brain is the last part of the brain to develop and it doesn't completely mature until the mid-20s. What causes toddler tantrums? Toddlers are a unique age group. They want to be comforted as babies but also want to be independent big kids. They know what they want but they are not always able to express themselves. Tantrums frequently occur in kids aged 1 to 5 years. Learning to deal with frustration is a skill kids learn over time. And when do toddlers get aggressive? Toddlers mostly get aggressive out of anger or frustration when they can't express themselves in words, or when they are tired, hungry or overexcited, and obviously to get attention. Here are the 4 stages of a tantrum. The first stage is a normal stage in which the child is happy and smiling, and that's a trigger point. Once the trigger is reached, it begins to escalate. This is the second stage. After that, your kid will be calming down, which is a positive sign, and then it's back to normal. Here are some tips to handle temper tantrums. Handle aggressive behavior immediately. If you wait until later, your child may forget what he did. Make sure your child understands the rule and the reason behind it. Create a distraction. Children have short attention span, which means they are usually easy to divert. When he distracts you doing naughty things, distract him doing fun things. Let them be angry. Sometimes your kid just needs to let his anger out, so let him. This helps kids to vent out their feelings in a non-destructive way. Try ignoring the situation. Walk away from the room for a couple of minutes, but before leaving the room, ensure that your child is not physically endangering himself. Don't let your child get his way, otherwise he'll learn that acting badly gets what he wants. Refrain from yelling. Don't yell to be heard over your screaming child. Remember, you are your child's role model for handling anger. If you yell, your child would end up matching your volume. Give them a hug. Hugs make kids feel secure and let them know that you care about them, even if you don't agree with their behavior. Accept that it takes time for a change to happen. Your child has a lot of growing up to do before tantrums are gone forever. And don't take your toddler's tantrum personally. Don't allow yourself to feel guilty or out of control. Keep in mind that your child's actions are not directed at you. Beware of thinking that your child is doing it on purpose or is trying to upset you. Make sure your child is getting enough sleep. Find out how much sleep is needed at your child's age. With too little sleep, kids can become hyper, disagreeable, cranky, and have extremes in behavior. If a kid is overexcited, it may be a sign that a tantrum is on the way. Identify trigger points before they occur. Here are some things to remember. Number 1. Children learn by example. The way you treat your child is the way they will treat you. Number 2. Always stay calm. Your calm and soothing voice makes tantrums disappear. Number 3. Make sure to spend quality time with your kid. 95% of tantrum is just our kid trying to get our attention. Number 4. Support and show acceptance. Show them that you love and accept them even in their worst moments. Number 5. Talk about what happened. View every tantrum as a teaching moment. Number 6. Avoid the word no. Give them choices instead. Help your child to deal with intense feelings. Remember, all feelings are allowed. So don't tell your child to calm down or act appropriate at that moment. Instead, open the door to communication. Let them talk. Once they feel they've been heard, they'll spontaneously return back to normal. Here are some calming strategies for kids that you could follow in your home. Read aloud your kid's favorite storybook. Solving a puzzle or a maze increases dopamine or happy hormones in the brain. Music can soothe your kids, silence their minds, and relax their muscles. Encourage your kid to create complex structures using building blocks. While doing this, the brain gets exercised and refreshed. Kids let go of all their problems and demands when they are painting. Playing with clay too can transform a kid's mind into a relaxed state. Jumping on a trampoline gives a sense of freedom and excitement to kids. Spending quality time as a family, at least for an hour, encourages kids to behave well towards their loved ones. A big bear hug or a soft cuddly one works wonders in calming down a child. Do a silly dance with your kid. This will definitely bring a smile on their face. But most importantly, don't judge yourself as a parent based on how many tantrums your child has. Instead, focus on how you respond to the tantrums. Remember that parenting doesn't come with an instruction manual, and this fact is 100% true. And also remember that you're only human and part of parenting is learning as you go. If you feel you're not parenting the way you wished you would, it's not too late to make a change.
Like, share and subscribe.